What's good, King Gonda? It's your boy El Shay Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another YouTube collaboration, man. I'm so glad to be back here with the family again. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. And today, man, we got one of the talented brothers. You know, the West Coast is in the building. My man out of East Side, LBC. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Go ahead, family.
What's cracking lacking? How y'all doing today? THC, Happy Companion from Eastside Long Beach. What's cracking lacking? What's going on? From Long Beach, Eastside, born and raised. I'm living in the Gambia right now. My channel is The Happy Companion. That's my channel. Talk about Pan-Africanism, repatriation, have religious shows. You know, most about building Black group economics and things like that to support our Black people. You know, whether you're in the diaspora, whether you're on the continent, whatever you plan to do. As far as we just try to keep it real, try to keep it cohesiveness, and just try to keep it together. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we try to do. I'm all about unity, and you know, I'm proud to be where I'm from, but I'm happy to be where I'm at right now. So yeah, I've been over here about 3 months. My channel's growing, thank goodness, because a lot of people been inspired by even coming to Africa. They come to me, I see them in the streets. Oh man, you inspired me to come to the continent. I'm like, what? Yeah, because of my channel. So appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. And you're growing. Took me 2 years to get 2,000 subscribers, and took you 90 days to get 5,000. I'm gonna start hating on you. What? So, you know, that's what we do, brother. But I really seen you, man. You seem to be a very meek brother. You know, very genuine. And I can tell you have a heart for our people, man. And I'm so glad to have you. And I'm also honored to have you here on the show. And before we kind of get into the topic today, brother, kind of talk about what drew you to number one, the Islamic faith, and then what drew you to the Gambia.
Well, first of all, you know, I'm from Long Beach. You know, urban environment. I was you know, inner city guy. You know, growing up and went to high school, Snoop Dogg, and you know, just a regular kid, teenager running around doing stupid stuff. But also, I was a pretty smart kid, you know, as well. I went to the Air Force after high school. After about a semester of college, I went to the Air Force, did active duty in there, and during that time, right before I was getting out of active duty, I read the autobiography by Malcolm X, written by Alex Haley, the autobiography of Malcolm X, and I read the book Roots. And then I read the Holy Quran. I read a lot of that. So I was never really satisfied with the faith that was given to me as far as, you know, Christianity. That was by default. And I have nothing against Christians, okay? Nothing. It just didn't suit me. I just believed in the way that the Islam had, you know, it pretty much saved my life. It made me a better person. It made me think right, eat right, you know, just pray, you know, all of the rituals that goes along with it. And so I read the book Roots. When I read Roots, I found out Kunta Kinte was from the Gambia and that he was Muslim. You know, I'm like, wow. And so then few channels I was watching on YouTube, everybody know those channels, those big time channels in the Gambia. I was checking them out, Bag and all them, Black Sid. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check out the Gambia. So this is years later, you know, after I entered Islam, this is weird. Years later, I've been to the continent before. I've been to East Africa, I've been to Kenya, Tanzania several times. And so I said, let me make my way to West Africa. And I found out a lot of my ancestries from West Africa, including Kenya. I was Kenyan Tanzania. I had 10% Kenyan Tanzanian DNA in me. So then I decided to go ahead and make that trip, you know, during COVID crisis. So during COVID crisis, I decided to make the trip, and after reading Roots, and I found out that I did my DNA. I do have Mandinka blood in me, DNA ancestry. You know, so one of my ancestors was Mandinka, who was taken, or he or she was taken to the diaspora, to the slave, possibly. You know, more than likely, of course. And so once I saw that connection, I said, you know what? I made intention. I made my Nia. Nia means intention in Arabic. So I made my intention to make hijra, which is a migration from a place that you're being harassed and because of your religion and whatnot, and to be a place where you can go and practice your faith and whatnot and without any issues, you know. So that's what I did. So I made my intentions. Yeah. Short and sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And and then I also see the live streams you have with some of the other brothers that are practicing the faith, and they're always, very educational. We were on my live stream on O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. You kind of showed up impromptu. I didn't even know that we were going to do. We did a little California West Coast thing. Yeah, shout out to us. But one of the things that you mentioned, man, and we were talking about, Black masculinity. Yes. And you made a great point. You said, when I'm in the Gambia, people respect me. And my manhood don't matter that I'm from America, that, I'm not a Gambian, but, I get that respect, as a masculine man. But in the States, somebody's always trying to challenge the Black man's masculinity. Yes. And you're one of the brothers that I always see trying to promote to Black men to come back to Africa. And here's an opportunity. But a lot of brothers don't maybe understand that point. But they do understand feminism and things like that. But you made a great point with that, brother. Can you really expound on what you mean when you say that?
And it's true. It's true. I made a lot of, just the big difference of coming here, living here and living there. It's a big difference in being a Black man, being a band of African melanated content like I am and like you are and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always have in the States. We always have that person always on top, and even if we on top, we most of the time an athlete or entertainer. Which nothing's wrong with that, but it's like that that's the only time that they see us as something important. But here, I don't have to be any of that. I can just walk around here, say salam, say hello to people. The sisters respect me. The brothers respect me. I respect them. They respect me. There's no like hatred or nothing like that. As I said, lunchtime comes. I'm walking down the street or something. You see a brothers, about 10 of them, with a big plate of food, big bowl, and they all eating at the same plate. And they're all co-workers. You know what I'm saying? And they all sticking together. They all eating together. They all feeling like a brotherhood. But you try that in the state, I'm getting that piece. That's my last piece of chicken. You ain't getting my last piece of chicken. Man, they dumping all their food from home, whatever, putting it all in the same plate. Everybody eating with each other. And it's like we're competing with our sisters in the States. You know what I'm saying? We competing with them for a position that the sisters, not sisters, but the white American females who actually felt like they were disenfranchised, like they were being set aside during the civil rights movement. So after that, there's like, hey, wait a minute, we can't have these people, these Negroes, what they called us back then, it's equal to me. Oh, hell no. No. We're going to have a feminist movement. And so what that feminist movement did, it destroyed our whole house. Our home, our home was broken up, and then, with the crack epidemic, you have all kind of Vietnam and all that stuff came, a lot of things happened to us. We got on drugs and more, and it kind of destroyed us as well. But that image of us in the States isn't the same as that feeling I get when I'm here. I feel so much at peace. I never felt so good to be a Black person, to be a Black man. I never felt so good. I had a lot of discrimination and racism based upon two things: my skin color and my faith that I practice. Okay. And so it's always been it's always like they intimidated by a strong Black man. They always feel like they got to put us down and make us feel subservient to them. If you feel like you got a little bit of confidence, they want to tear it down. And a lot of times they use our own sisters to do that too. They won't promote us to a certain position. They promote the sisters too.
Right.
And that's what I see. It's like, we're not gonna let them get, because, and as a matter of fact, when Obama was first elected, before he was elected, I was in I voted for him the first election, and there was a Caucasian sister there at the booth. She was actually going to make a phone call. She's going to put a vote in. I was going to make a call. And she looked at me like, should I make this vote or not? And she looked at me and she's like, you know what? Hell yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put that vote in. Boom. And so, but That's just that image of him. People don't like a lot of people didn't like him or don't like him, whatever. I didn't know too much about the politics to even like or dislike him. But all I saw was an image of us, a black man, as at the head of the most powerful country in the world, as a leader of the free world, as they say. And it's like it made me very proud. It lifted us up a little bit more confident, than we ever have been in a long time. So that's what I saw. But and that's what I'm saying. And also the sisters here, they respect you more. They don't look like they're trying to put you down. They're not trying to demasculate you. They like they showing love because they raised to respect that male figure in that household. He's a leader. He's going to do this. He's a guy. What he says goes. And of course, he's going to communicate with the wife and make sure everything, probably behind the scenes, whatever. But at the same time, his word is going to be understood, that his word is law. And so let's go by that. And that's what I see. And it's not like fear or intimidation. It's just about respect. And we lost that respect being over there for 400 years. We lost that type of that respect, that confidence, that hey, I'm the same as the person with lighter complexion than me. You see what I'm saying? With non-melanated. There's no, we lost that, and that's what we need to reclaim back.
I was talking about earlier on the stream that we was on, me and you and Brother Pan-Africanism Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That it wasn't until that I went to Africa that I saw brother the Honorable Nelson Mandela on the South African Rand, and and then I had that experience also when I went to Kenya. There was Jomo Kenyatta on the obviously they changed the shilling now, but those big shillings that was about the size of a sheet of paper, what? And you had them big shillings, and you had that big 1,000 note. And you see Jomo Kenyatta, man, looking real proud, and and it did something to me, because here you have the black man on the currency. It doesn't matter, the country not doing so good, but it's the fact that the black man is there. And you said a good thing, man. In America, you have the black man and the black woman competing for one another for the same resources, and she's thinking that because she went to this particular college, that she's better than you, and if you didn't go to school, although you may make more than her, things like that. What are the men encouraged to do? What is the role in Gambia where you're at? What is the role of the man, and what is the role of the woman in comparisons to what we're seeing in the African American community in the States?
The role of the man here is like the ultimate provider, protector, guardian. The person, the brother, the man, the person who's going to take care of the family, with the spiritually, with prayer, financially, and as far as sending the kids to school, making sure that there's food on the table, making sure everybody's clothed, and so looking out for the overall well-being. The woman's role on the other hand is similar. Okay, they're the leader. They run the house. They run the household pretty much. The cleaning, the cooking, the washing the clothes, even doing odd jobs too, like selling fruit on the side of the fruit stand, doing other things that help the husband. Because the salary is pretty low here. So they do hustle a little bit when it comes to that. They have side jobs, and as far as going and cleaning houses, doing things like that, the sisters, in a traditional way. But it's nothing. They know that their role is to make sure that the kids are clean, they bathe. You see them there going out there harvesting, working in the farms. They do things like that as well. So they have a very, very traditional role. And so and it seems like they know their order in their society. But they're, and this is when they marry. But you do have married couples too, that you have the wife is actually working at certain jobs. There's some real estate, they're working as nurses, working as doctors and things like that. So they do have spouses that are actually working hand in hand with with the husband, but for the most part, they're the homemakers. They're the home taking care of everything. That's what they have the traditional role, and it seems like they do it in harmony. And they don't seem to be stressed out. There was something that said the sisters that I talked to said, "Man, you guys are so stressed, more stressed than us when it comes to a lot of things because I can see that like guys got like provide more, have more responsibility." And I'm like, no, y'all have more responsibility as well. It's not easy taking care of home too. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about the perspective. But that's my answer to that. It's just pretty much take it back 50, 60 years ago in the States. Especially in rural, southern in the southern states. That's where it used to. That's how life used to be. The man is a provider. He go out there and work and do it, and the wife stays at home, take care of the home, and everybody's in harmony.
Let me ask you this because I know obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Long Beach, which is a city in itself, about 500,000 people in LA County,
Yes.
and you from Los Angeles County area, and things typically don't work like that. And so when you came back to Gambia and you saw people in the traditional setting, I know even for me, because I'm from the West Coast, Sacramento,
Yes.
and when I went to Uganda, and Uganda has a Christian community and a pretty sizable Muslim community. Just seeing how the men really had a lot of respect from the community. It's a little bit different, and an adjustment. Was that how did you adjust to being number one in Gambia from America, and then adjusting to the male female dynamic since you've been there?
Yeah. Well, the religion part of it, and pretty much the religion is the culture. Although you have the Gambian culture, you have the different tribe ethnicities. You got the Mandinka, Wolof, Fulani, Jola. You got about 8 tribes, 8 ethnicities here. So, but majority of them are Muslim. It's a majority Muslim. It is a Muslim country. So being a Muslim and coming to the Gambia, it's pretty much you're already part of the culture. You already know, although there are a small amount of Christians here and they all live in harmony, you can't really, I don't see any beef between Christians and Muslims here. They understand each other and they respect each other. So, and I respect the Christians here as well. So, but it's hard to tell you can tell sometimes when they talk because they don't say certain words that we say. So I'm like, oh, okay, probably, and then they have a name like Peter or something like that. So you kind of can tell. But as far as like the religion part of it, it's very easy to engage and to immerse myself without any problems. And with the female side, you said it's different between the females. Like I don't get that cockiness, and no disrespect. And I was speaking to a sister from diaspora recently over the weekend, and she was crying to me. She was in tears, and how she want to get rid of that toughness, that thing, and it's hard for her to get in it. She wants to talk to get to know more Gambian women to be like them because they seem like they are happy. She says I have this toughness, and I kind of say it like defense mechanism, and I need to get rid of it, and it's stressing me out. I don't know how to do it because now I got to trust people, and I'm not used to trusting people. And I'm like, so I said, just take your time, get to know, what you need to do. Because there was some people was telling her that she wasn't dressing modestly enough, in a Muslim country. She's getting all this kind of flack from people, and she has a channel, and she was like, and I told her, look, just be yourself. Get to know. I mean, you can't please everybody. Don't worry about what certain people on channels and stuff say. You don't know who these people are, but that's what it is. It's like it's hard for the sisters to get rid of that because they're so used to, having to take control of the house because we're not at home in the States. We in the prison, we run in the streets, or, we got the sister pregnant and we got another a sister somewhere else that we living with. And so we're not taking care of our kids. So the woman in the States is taking that whole role over, and it's not really her fault. You know what I'm saying? And the sisters here, they are happy, even with polygamy. I mean, they have two, sister wives and stuff. Brother have two wives there, and they appreciate it because, hey, I got a man taking care of me. I'm eating. The kids are taken care of, so I'm good. I'm good with this. I'm happy, and so. I mean, I don't have to go out there and work as hard and struggle and try to make ends meet. I got a man who's taking care of it, and that's what these sisters from the States are kind of having a lot of problem with adjusting to that. It's hard for them to adjust to if they give that up, what they're gonna do, and that's the fear factor. And see, like a brother like me or you who coming from the diaspora and we living in the States. I mean, we live in the States and we live in here. They're more in tune to try to grab onto us because they're familiar with us, and then they can okay, he knows, okay, I can talk to him. He knows how my vibe. He knows when I get pissed off, what I'm talking about. He may not trying to, because they fearful these brothers gonna, hey, take them out in the back road and beat them up or something. That's what, what I'm saying.
Yeah, them African brothers don't take as much stuff as we do, so they don't be playing.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you about this because, on my other channel, a lot of brothers, have complained about, even the brothers in the Pan-African space, the brothers who date white women. It seems like when we talk about, attitudes towards black men that African American women have, we're all pretty much saying that, hey, there's a certain toughness. We're not saying that it didn't come from somewhere that wasn't warranted, but we're saying that, okay, that's a little tough. A lot of black men are, not saying anything about it. You have a lot of brothers going dating white women, obviously. That's a big thing in America, especially in Cali, where we're from. There's a lot of people in the Asian community. You see that, especially in Long Beach. A lot of Cambodians in Long Beach, a lot of Filipinos. So you see that going on a lot. And then now you see there are brothers, that are relocating to certain parts of, Brazil, certain parts of, Colombia, and certain parts of places. And when we talk about Africa, hey, Africa is good. And then people are like, well, man, Africa, like, isn't that where black women come from? Like, so that's the motherland of the attitude, right? And because when a lot of brothers, you see a lot of sisters in Africa that are content creators. You don't see too many black men. The repack communities are more dominated by women. What would you tell black men, that have maybe a little stereotype about women in Africa and what their outlook is like, and the differences maybe between dating a Western woman and dating an African woman or courting one? What would you say about it as regards to femininity?
Oh man, you about to get me in trouble. I'm scared. I've already been on the chopping block a few times already.
Well, you can just talk more about the Gambian part. I don't want to get you chopping block, brother. But what have you experienced as far as, because you've already described what's already been the case dating being American, we all know that. But what because the stereotype for a lot of brothers, for me, was like, well, I don't want to go to Africa because that's where they're so entitled. They're gonna be like black women in America. Because the African woman I met, let's say the Nigerian I met in New York, probably gonna be the same way in Nigeria and Gambia. Would you say that that's been different for you? Are you experiencing something that's been different in the Gambia than in the States?
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's not all 100%. You have the sisters here seem to be more humble and respectful to me, to be real with you, man. They seem to be more concerned and compassionate in terms of your needs, like as far as like if you're at a restaurant or whatever. People talk about customer service. I haven't had any customer service issue like that, but even being with my queen, it's like it's not a battle. They're not battling for turf. It's like, it's like, hey, I got my role, I know your role, and let's work it out together and try to and unify whatever we have. Let's make it unified. Let's make it collaboration. Let's make it how can I say it? Be cohesiveness. Just try to know each other roles and respect each other roles. Don't I'm not an over dominating type of brother, you know what I'm saying? And so, but they're very feminine, and they dress more modesty. They don't have to dress with half nakedness to show their femininity. They don't have to do that. They already have nice, colorful outfits, colorful clothing on the head wraps, and all this stuff, and they have nice shapes. I'll tell you that much, brother. That's I think I don't know
Right,
what
right, right, right. I know.
it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, not to say the sisters say don't have, but it's like everywhere you go, and I try my best to be, on the point, but you can't help it, bro. I'm not trying to get off on the wrong thing, but that's another part of it too. It's like they carry themselves, a lot of them, when they grow up, they carry the water on their heads and stuff like that. But if you think about it, how many modeling schools have them ladies put books on their head to balance themselves while they walk? Okay, so to walk with that posture without bumping and jumping like that. And so when you see the sisters, so when you see when you see the sisters when they're not, doing it, they walk in like they're gliding down the street, and you don't see them dressed. People think they be just not dirty and raggedy and stuff. Man, they out there. Even if there's dirt and dust on the potholes on the road, they're still walking with dignity, and they still want to dress to impress. That's what I see.
Yeah. Yeah, people talking about like, yo, man, people in Uganda dirty the girls. I'm like, man, women are clean, man. Like, they take showers like all the time in baths and like, what are you talking about? What do you think this is? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I never had a bad experience with a woman that didn't smell good or anything or on a date. Always, I always had sisters was always fly. But let me ask you this, right? Because people want to know, for Black men that want to come to Africa, because I was talking to Sammy's Treasures. Shout out to the sister, and and she was. We did a video. Should be coming out. Maybe it's already out right now by the time this was published. But she's talking about to come to Africa, it takes a lot of preparation. Now, especially as an African American guy like us, we don't really know nobody there, and we need to have certain things set up. Before we can even survive, or some brothers was in the military, like use certain pensions that might be cool. What are the things that a Black man would need to have in his corner set up if you want to come to the Ghana? What are some of the things you would recommend that a brother would have to do that?
Yeah, pretty much, just have open mind. It's not going to be the same as the States as far as the infrastructure, the roads and whatnot. So have that in the plan. Have a like a 90-day plan to try to get yourself established. Like you got to have some bills stacked before you come as well. Have a way to transfer money back and forth to the States, especially coming from the States to here. Whatever you from the diaspora. So have some type of passive income if you can. See, I'm a homeowner as well. I'm renting my house out, so I got that too. I got some passive income. And so that's a good thing to have if you have something like that. If you have some any kind of business that's in the States, or family business or something type of passive income, that's good to have, so that way the money can keep flowing while you're here. It is cheap here, very, very cheap. But like I said, if you don't budget your money or manage your money correctly, you can struggle. Try to live like the Gambians. Shop where the Gambians shop. A lot of times, even though I got income coming in and stuff, I still shop at the fruit stands that's out there. Get bananas and fruits, all organic. It's come straight from the tree, straight to that place where they're selling it at. So you have that. Also, the restaurants. You can go to restaurants. You don't need to go to restaurants where you're eating $10 meals. You can go and eat a meal for $1, and it's very healthy and organic as well. There's plenty of restaurants out here, cafes and stuff that you can eat at. There. Have a way to communication to your loved ones in the States. Okay, and meaning that internet access. Your telephone, cell phone services is different here. So, if you have T-Mobile, you can use Wi-Fi, T-Mobile Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. You still have to pay your T-Mobile bill every time. But until you get a local phone, get all that going. Get to know somebody prior to coming to the Gambia to stay. You can meet people from Gambians or repats who are in the States. They got family there, and they can recommend you going. Just like when I get here, one of my ex-coworkers, his cousin, she's here. She's married to a Gambian. So when he said, yeah, man, come out there and get to see them. So I saw them a few times when I was out here the first time, about to see them again. So having some type of person on deck that you know personally, or someone can highly recommend that you meet is very good. And like I said, associate with the repats that are doing stuff, that are motivated, that are here to do positive things, and you will be seen in a positive light. But trust me, people are here watching. They're checking you out every time. You know, they may not say this. This is a very, very small place. You know, it's big, but it's small country, and it's big. It's kind of hard to travel around, and it'll take a couple of hours to go to different places sometimes. However, you know, it's a small place and people talk. So, and yeah.
All right, and so brother, I really thank you for a wonderful interview, man. Go ahead and tell people about, you know, the Happy Companion YouTube channel and why they should subscribe to THC out of LBC. Let them know, man. Why should they subscribe to you, brother?
Well, I appreciate it, brother, for you having me on. First of all, man, I was really honored to be part of this channel, man, part of your panel today, man, this stream, man. I really appreciate it, brother. That's how we do. That's how we do this group economics, group networking and stuff, communicating. Well, my channel, you know, pretty much is about, you know, inspiring our brothers and sisters, man, kings and queens, to not, you know, if you can't live here, go move to the continent. At least try to visit here. I'm all about Pan-Africanism. At least try to visit. Next vacation you got, come to the continent. That's what I want to say. Come to the continent. Come to your natural homeland, the place where we came from, and the place that we are prophesied to return back to. Okay, in a lot of ways. And also as a Muslim, I have an Islamic thought show, but it's not preaching to people to become Muslims and stuff like that. Most of the countries, and especially here in West Africa, are Muslim, majority Muslim, even on East Africa too. So it's good to have that type of channel. I mean, a channel that you can watch, that you can learn a little bit about basic Islam. So that way you come over here, you already know a little bit. You already step ahead of most people. You're not going to shake your hand with your left hand. You're not going to eat with your left hand. You're not, you know, stuff like that. That's what we talk about. Basic stuff. And I also have a book out called The 12-Step Guide to Developing Friendships with Muslims. So it's on Amazon. It has my name on there, Saeed Abubakar. You know, Saeed means happy, and Abubakar is the companion. So happy companion. That's what my name means. You know, they call me THC. I never smoked anything, but you know what I'm saying.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Well, man, we'll basically put the copy of that book on the screen and the link on the Amazon to go support our brother. And man, you're doing some wonderful things. Again, I'm hating on you because it took me 2 years to get 2,000 subscribers, and you show up and get it in 90 days. So I'm gonna be hating on you. Don't worry about nothing. Don't subscribe to him. Nah, brother, but I do appreciate you for what you're doing, and thank you for giving us this great content today. And guys, make sure you subscribe to him in the first company at the top. And as you know, keep it real, King Ghana forever. We out.